But regardless, you shouldn't have to be so raw. I'm looking at the front door. It's a hydration situation where the locker room comes to life and the X's and O's meets the I's and U's. I know y'all want to show love. Show love to the homie by liking and subscribing to this channel, but also logging on to projecttransition.org where you can help us educate and empower these itty bitties through experiences and exposures. What do I mean? Yes, we take these itty bitties in our Rising Stars Academy to country clubs, and we let them get life skills seminars. More importantly, if you become a gym member as low as $5 a month, you will get this book sent to you, signed, sealed, and delivered for your support. But we help these itty bitties, trust me. If you're from the hood, you're going to the suburbs. If you're from the suburbs, you're going to the hood. Why? In our Rising Stars Academy, it's about exposures, different pathways to let you know the appreciation and the grind necessary for success. And we give them life skills seminars. We give them swim lessons so they can save their lives. We give them golf lessons. We give them tennis lessons, pickleball lessons, and then let them get fat and full at the cabana. Chill. So they can understand that taste of success. You know why? No matter where you go back to, your body may be there, but your mind is already gone, and you chasing that in experience. So make sure you guys support us and help us become the foundation and nonprofit we need to be. Like my man, Matt Linzen. Ooh, look at that donation. That's $1,250. A donation to Project Transition, one of my best friends in this world right there. Linzen family is happy to continue to support Project Transition. See that exclamation point? Bow! Yes, he did. He hooked us up. But regardless, you shouldn't have to be so raw. I'm looking at the front door. I told y'all DJ, I know songs. Kind of old school, but you know what? I still know some of that hip that they do right now. What am I talking about? I'm talking about Skip Bayless hip. Skip. Remember Shannon? Skip. Well, Skip doesn't have that coming at him anymore. He doesn't have Shannon next to him anymore. It's just skips by himself. And Skip Bayless recently went on Barstool Sports, and pardon my take, and fell in love. He looking at the front door. He like, God dang, I want to go over there. God dang, how can I get over there? How can I do that? Well, Skip Bayless, let's talk through it. Let's figure out how you could do it. Let's go.
So, as we started the show, I quickly interrupted to tell Big Cat and PFT how surreal it was for me to be on their show. I told them how lucky I was back in 2010, 2011. Right place, right time at ESPN on First Take to break through and take off. We crushed in 2011, thanks to me and Tim Tebow. And we continued crushing 2012 as Stephen A. joined me. It was legendary, that run from really, I got to Bristol in 2007 all the way through 2016.
Damn, I got there in 2007. Skip killed me. He out there eating.
Just blessed to be right place, right time. As were Big Cat and PFT. Soon after I left Stephen A. to come out here to LA to Fox in 2016, they started about 6 months before I left Stephen A. And did Cat and PFT ever capitalize on their moment?
Is this an interview? Is he sending them their resume through his words?
They took off.
I'm stupid.
They became the new Stephen A. and Skip.
Did they?
Yet, I remind you, I had to forge my breakthrough, my breakout.
Good word, forge.
At ESPN, while First Take was often on probation. We were the hellions. We were the rebels. We were against the grain. We were always in trouble. There were suspensions left and right. I never got suspended, but everybody around me got suspended 2 or 3 times. People got fired around me.
But you never did, and everybody did, but you never did. That talks to your power. Ooh, Skip had that power.
So many meetings before and after every show. So many meetings with executives as we got called on the carpet. so much executive involvement. Do this, don't do that. You should try this, but don't try that. I'm juggling producers' egos. There's dirty, rotten politics to be played all.
Okay, dirty, rotten politics. I mean, come on now. Now we in Hollywood. Now dirty, rotten politics. That was pretty good, though. That's why you skipped.
Around me. Then I came out here to Fox, and I had to hear, no, please don't do that. No, you can't say that. Don't do that. Memo after memo the night before shows. Protect the NFL. They're our partner. Protect MLB. They're our partner. All of this at Fox just wore me out, as it had at ESPN. It was a big reason I left the TV business to get into the digital side.
Yeah.
So allow me to stress to you that the greatest thing about what Big Cat and PFT have built is that nobody looks over their shoulders. Nobody says don't. Nobody says can't. They don't have show meetings. They can say the F word. They can say pretty much anything they want to. Man, do I ever envy their autonomy, their independence, their freedom.
Let's go right there. Ah, God dang. Well, he said a mouthful. And because there's so much I can interject when Skip is talking, like more than anybody that I cover, and I cover all sports, and I cover the media like they cover sports. A little wrinkle there, right? Skip just gives you a lot to talk about because you're OG, triple OG, right? So let's start off with the first thing I took note of, which was the meetings that he used to have. And those meetings that used to try to not course correct you, but at the same time, make sure that you understand there are boundaries. And one thing I think that is a misnomer that is even in the digital space, and even with PFT and Pardon My Take, all this stuff, Barstool, me, everybody, there are borders, right? In what Skip is talking about, traditional television, ESPN, Fox, the borders are this. We do have partners. Respect our partners. The borders are this. You can't say certain words, right? You know that. FCC, they ain't playing. So there are borders there. But also in the digital space, there are borders. You don't believe me? Okay. Say certain words in your videos and watch your video not necessarily get promoted and pushed the same, right? You can't just go anywhere because YouTube, owned by Google, which is the #1 search engine in the world, and YouTube is #2. So guess what? People coming here. The numbers are here. Now, they don't want to lose any of their content creators because everybody's like a channel. Every single person, every one of us is an ESPN, a Fox, a NBC. So they don't want to lose us. We're like real channels to them. That's why they call it a channel. At the same time, we can't promote that because why? Because then they can't sell the same amount of ads on it. So why did the bosses at ESPN and at Fox tell him, Skip, those are our partners? Because it was going to mess with the money. Same thing here. So this whole I can do whatever I want to a point, or you can keep doing it. The difference here is you get strikes. You know, they say, hey, that was a copyright strike, or hey, you can't monetize that. You keep getting those, you're going to end up not doing this, whether it's because you're going to lose the ambition because you ain't getting no money out of it, or they're going to just shut you down. So there's no such thing as total freedom. We know that. If you believe in that, you think it's something free, what do you say? You must be dumb. If you think there's free, dumb. You must be dumb. So he also talked about the differences between ESPN and Fox. And it was best described to me by Mark Schlereth when I first met him. And I was first saw him at Fox because I was already knew him from ESPN. I was coming to Fox, he was at Fox. And he was like, dog. I said, what's the difference over here than ESPN? Because ESPN is weird. ESPN Bristol, when I was there, yeah, bosses be right here on your neck. Got to protect your neck. They be talking to you a lot. Like, why? Because they were right there. ESPN LA, where I was, Sports Nation, Max and Marcellus, I ain't seen no bosses. So that's kind of why we were acting a little different. At Sports Nation, whoa, y'all got borders? Max and Marcellus, damn, y'all acting like that? Y'all saying that? Supposed to be covering the Lakers and destroying the Lakers? Supposed to be talking to Kobe and we, rest in peace, the great, and clowning Kobe right to his face. Like, that's money. We messing with the money. They ain't trip. Fox, I'm asking, Mark, what's up? What's Fox like? He like, man, the best way I could describe it, he said ESPN is like McDonald's and Fox is like In and Out. He like, it ain't that many locations, but damn, it tastes good. Damn, it's gonna feel good to work here. He's like, they ain't tripping. Which takes me to my other point versus like ESPN, they bosses right there, they always own you. My other point was like, wow, I didn't get the same response from the executives at Fox that Skip Bayless did, but I also wasn't one of the two flags that they planted to build their network on, Colin Cowherd and Skip Bayless. The network was built off of their backs. So maybe they had to protect partners, and then me and Whitlock or me and Acho, they like, man, who cares what y'all talking about? Nobody keep watching y'all show, right? Maybe it could have been that, or could be a little hyperbole, could be a little exaggeration from Skip, because these things are now coming out. The difference between OIC with Skip and me and others who have left and are now doing it in the digital space is that Skip is almost showing a 180, almost like, okay, now I can be me. I'm not doing that, and I don't see a lot of people doing that. I don't know why Skip is doing that. Because if anything, the assumed intelligence was, Skip, everybody got suspended around you but you? That's power. The bosses were telling you all the stuff you couldn't say, and you still were saying all of that? Just want to make sure this calculation is correct, because I love Skip in terms of what he's meant to the game, but I don't think the game is going to buy. This game is about authenticity. That's why I am in my house, in my basement studio that I have built, that Fox helped me build, thank you guys, that I'm chilling because it's about me. I work with an agency that works with Kai Cenat. Y'all know who he is because he's like the biggest one on digital space, right? We have the same agency. Same agents. That dude, every time I see his videos, it's just him in some room. It's just like we have gotten rid of all of that decoration fluff. Enough is enough. And I'm wondering if Skip Bayless is still bringing some of the residue of that over here. Because sometimes, you know, the statements and what he's saying and how it's like his issues with Fox all those years. I'm like, really? As long as he's being real, it's going to work. But if he ain't being real, I don't know where he's going with this, because it ain't full freedom over here either, brother. it ain't full freedom with, pardon my take, brother. They own Barstool Sports. Dave Portnoy. And even he had to listen to investors. Remember? He had to buy it back. Selling and buying it back for $1 on it. Come on, y'all. So it's all good. We're all in the power game. Usually big bank takes little bank. Unless Little Bank got some fame. And then Little Bank can beat Big Bank. That's how the game goes. Rooting for Skip Bayless. I see the show is back. It looks like it's doing well. It looks like people, it's been a lot of debate. Is Skip going to work in a new generation? He's 72. Nobody want to hear you talk. You notice me. I'm a fan of Skip Bayless in respect of what he's meant to the game. And I know there's pushback. There's also part of Skip Bayless I'm not a fan of. All of that Russell Westbrook and all that craziness. Because you know what? Jalen Rose has still got my favorite moment ever in sports media for coming back at Skip and telling him, oh, the same thing you dishing out, I'm just going to give it back to you. You can't take it? Take it, take it, take it, take it. You can't take it? Got to keep it real. Got to keep it real. So rooting for Skip. Beat it up in the comments. Let me know you think how Skip Bayless is going to do in this space, how Skip Bayless is, and what you thought about that clip. Like, it sounded great surface level. Like, oh, man, they doing everything. And I wish all those years I could have done it, and now I can. But that's also sounding like you trying to tell everybody, oh, you wait till you see the 15th episode of Friday the 13th, the 15th version, the 15th one. Man, I don't seen all the other ones. I know what to expect. Jason, like, you know what I mean? So are we just going to get the same Skip rewrapped, or is it going to be a new Skip? That's the conversation. Beat it up in the comments. Let me know what you think. I know this was a smart video. I know, huh? Y'all love me for this. This was a good video. All right. And make sure you guys also log on to projecttransition.org so you can help us educate and empower these itty bitties. Become a gym member. Any size donation, we love you. I don't care if it's $1.99. But if you become a gym member, as low as $5 a month, you get that autographed signed book. What do? We take kids like this. You see all types, all backgrounds, all experiences, all levels, socioeconomics, the college word, right? And we take them and give them exposures and experiences. Why do we do that? Because we want them to see different pathways to success. That's all. There's more to the game than just the players, is what I'm saying. So go to projecttransition.org. I love you, girl. Have a great day, boy.